Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Meditation Minyan. I'm Rabbi Hannah Leslie Glazer of Congregation Adat Re'im, and we welcome everyone who is with us this morning, either live on Zoom or watching this recording afterwards. So we are in the month of Shevat, and today is the 23rd of Shevat. We are coming soon towards the end of the month of Shevat. And we know Shevat because oftentimes in most Jewish communities, because of the holiday Tu B'Shvat, which is often called in Jewish communities today, the birthday of the trees, and a time for really paying attention to nature, as well as biodiversity and conservation and lots of other things. Spiritually, we are thinking about it as a time in which we draw sustenance from a world that is not giving us all the same beautiful inputs that we get for the rest of the year. So, there's no pretty leaves to look at on the trees and no pretty flowers and no pretty fall leaves. And so there's much less in the way of visual stimuli during this season. And so we're thinking about it in terms of ways that we can draw sustenance anyway during this time. So today I have a teaching to share from Rabbi Jill Hammer, who has done some really beautiful writing about the year cycle from a spiritual perspective. And she has a teaching that comes out of the book of Exodus, where we also are in our Torah readings right now. And that there is a story of a bitter spring called Marah, and Marah means bitter. And the Israelites are thirsty. They're in the desert and they're thirsty, but the water is impossible to drink because it's not potable water. Moses cries out to the Eternal, and the Holy One shows Moses a tree. Moses throws a branch of tree into the water and the water becomes sweet. So the rabbis talked about what is this special tree that made this unpotable water sweet to drink. And they talked about whether it was the tree that actually did it or whether it was God's intervention that did it, that made the tree be able to do this. And this is the way that the conclusion that they came up with was that the tree was really a channel for drawing in light and sustenance from the Holy One, and that we could be doing that also if we needed it, that we could be drawing on light and sustenance through nature that is around us, or even just meditating in our chairs, that we could be drawing in light and sustenance. So we're going to try practicing today in our meditation. And I am going to invite you to get comfortable in your seat and to, just going to set my timer here, get comfortable in your seat and to close your eyes or lower your gaze. And breathe. You may wish to take a deep cleansing breath from all the way down in the belly. Really feel the belly expand and then slowly let it out. And as you let the air out, you can feel the body settling down and calming down. And with each breath, you can feel the body settling in nicely into a more relaxed place. And you might want to check in with some of the areas of tension for you. You know what they are. Might be your jaw, might be your belly, might be hands or feet, or your bottom. Different people hold tension in different places. You know what's right for you. And oftentimes, if there's a spot of tension, it can be helpful to breathe deeply into that spot and then allow it to relax while the breath leaves the body. Some people will find it more helpful to tighten those muscles and then release them. You can do what feels right for you. So I'm going to do a little bit of a guided meditation now of picturing that we are standing in front of a body of some water. Could be any size. And it could be just you alone, or it could be you and some other people. That is not providing the nourishment that we seek. And then picture taking a branch from this special tree of Mara and touching it into the water, just like Moses did. And imagine the Holy One coming through the tree into the water with love, with abundant love. And helping to change the water into something that we can draw sustenance from. And what that looks like is going to be what's right for you. And then you can imagine either drawing in nourishment through the tree branch or cupping the water in your hands, whatever feels right for you. And imagine drawing that sustenance for the thing that you most need right now, whatever it is, into you. And as that is coming in, imagine what that feels like as that enters the body. What is that experience like? Bringing us what we need, where we need it. Drawing that sustenance. And we'll have another 8 minutes for you to explore that image. And to experience what it's like to be drawing sustenance in at any time you want. And I'm going to mute now. Enjoy the rest of your meditation time. Our time for meditation is drawing to a close. So I want you to start deepening your breath. Thinking about coming back to the room slowly. And opening your eyes when you are ready. Being able to draw sustenance and inspiration in times where there may be less sustenance or inspiration out there is a really important part of the spiritual journey, and certainly one that is a challenge absolutely of our times today. And so whether this was something that helped today, I'd be interested in hearing more about how you experienced that. And if it is something that could be practiced in the future, we'll have this video available on our Adat Reim website. And those of you who are watching the video already know about that. And interested to connect with you about our practices today. All right, glad you joined us, and we'll see you soon. We'll see you next week.